Yo, hope you guys having a good morning, not to show and picture like that. Today we're going to look at this guy here, which is an 1100 LP challenger player that almost plays exclusively Twitch. He currently sits at a 70% win rate. Let's see if I can show that real quick. As you can see here. I will link his Twitch and everything below as well in the description of the video. And what we're going to do today is look at one of his games. He plays exclusively almost 98 tech, which I think makes it a lot more interesting to see how he does that. Unfortunately, he doesn't play that much right now. As you can see, there's like 2 ranked games here. And the one I wanted to look at is not even here. Like, it's the one below this one here. But I have figured that out, so we'll be able to get to see that anyway. I'm hoping that he will play more games, as I would like to see a longer and more challenging game overall. But this will have to do for now. And the reason why I want to look at this game here in particular is because I did watch his game yesterday when I was streaming. I was watching one of his games, and he did something that I thought was quite interesting. So I thought to myself then, I want to see how he plays against Nautilus. Because one of the things he did, and sorry by the way, I'll be eating while I'm doing this. I'll try and not make it too obnoxious. Just trying to do 2 things at once here. But yeah. The thing he didn't ward the bushes bot lane, like here. He saved them and used them mostly with jungle. And that instantly made me think, well, how is he going to play this if he plays against someone like Nautilus? Well, you have to, like, have some form of vision in the bushes. So you don't have to, but it makes lane a lot easier. And this game here ends up being a defeat, which is fine, I think. I'm sure we can look at one of his wins too. But again, 1100 like LP with 70% win rate on Twitch. I think that is fucking impressive. So maybe we can learn something here. And I mean, I would obviously want to talk to this guy to hear his thoughts on the current Titanic. Because personally, I don't think it's that good. I mean, you have the auto attack reset and everything, but it's a bit clunky. Especially when you get higher attack speed. But as you can see here, right? Like, no wards. You have Nautilus on the one side there, and I even like Ashe. You can like see how difficult this is, right? And one thing he likes to do is start Q, which I think is fine. I like that too, it's fine. Now he wards on the opposite side there. And now he's pushed in, so like this, he's not gonna like get the pushes out again until like kind of wave comes after that. Like, if I was to play this lane, I would put like a ward in the bush there, like where Nautilus is, get the 2 wards like closest bushes warded. To just like always know where Nautilus is, and then like not allow him to do what he likes to do. I mean, he will still be allowed, but at least he'll be a bit safer. Wow. Okay. And like obviously, one of the things that first comes to mind, right, when you see someone play like Twitch or Seri or something and they're sitting at like what, 70% rate? Like, this guy's a scripter, bro. But I don't think he is. I mean, he isn't, right? I haven't seen him play. But I think to perform to this kind of like level in Twitch, like I said it yesterday too, like I think that it like almost makes me want to push Like, see how far I can push myself, like, in terms of climbing. To just, like, kind of, like, know that it's possible. And the fact that he's doing a 98 tech too. And, with that said, the runes he's playing is Lethal Tempo, Presence of Mind, Alacrity, Last Stand, which I find interesting. And then he has Conditioning, Overgrowth, Attack Speed AD, and then Scaling HP. I did look at some of his games, like look at the damage of the Last Stand, to see like if I felt like it had any value. And it actually did seem like it did. You obviously can't go cut down if you're playing 98 tech. Like even if you take Scaling HP, I think you're already like ruining cut down. And especially if you take Overgrowth on top of that as well, you're like kind of ripping it. What's that? Ah. And we could obviously look at this game and like micro things and like say this is bad probably or this is good, he's doing not doing that, but this is just to see like what he does, how he does it. Like playing against Ash Nautilus is obviously going to be a nightmare. Like I wouldn't expect him to just fist this. Right. But one thing I think he does extremely well is CS. It's not like it's like crazy CS or something, but he really seems like focused on that. Like even right now you can see he's got higher CS than Ash. Which again could be fair, because like if you're winning and killing, then maybe you're sacrificing some CS in the process. But I did watch a game yesterday he was playing, and he was doing quite well on CSing there too. So, yeah. Like he could obviously be at like 50 right now, but given everything that's happened, it's understandable. But like the game I was watching yesterday, he was like, sort of saying at like almost like a solid 10 CS per minute until like later stages in the game. And to me, it feels kind of like awkward because I'm so used to playing with magical footwear now. So like the thought of like buying boots, it's almost like alien to me. But since he's playing Overgrowth, that's obviously something he has to do. So it's always like a question of like when does he get that? Against Ash, I think it's really good to get because she has tier 2 boots already. So if she gets on you, then you're not getting away. Unless you at least have some form of movement speed. He walks right past the pink here. Okay. And he also tends to buy pinks. And the fact that he won this fight here is actually pretty fucking cracked. I mean, Jarvan was sitting on like a solid like 2k gold, right? It's like if there was an opportunity to go there, it was definitely it. Okay. I thought it was dead there for sure. Cause oh. That's actually not too bad. Biggest job in Flash. Alright. It's like in this game, there are like a few things that makes me like, what is this? Like, what is it doing, right? Like the early game, not watering the bush. Going mid to kill TF with a pink. And then ghosting past. And then going on the Jarvan. But like, it worked still. Which I think is pretty sick. But again, Ashe, not TF. There are 3 champions that are quite hard to play against. And now with Rakan roaming, on top of that. Makes his way to the Nautilus. Very good intuition. He knows how much damage he's gonna do. Like popping ult there could be rip quite fast. What am I looking for? Chat. And like, that's like a small thing you don't really see in Lorelos, right? Like, the Rakan moving intentionally in front of the Twitch there to take the Nautilus hook. It's like, if you're playing support, like, take note. And like, another thing to like take note of here, like, look at the amount of pings. Like, this is constant. It's like, one thing you really should be doing is just trying to communicate what you want to do. And you can see here that they're constantly like communicating that, right? I'm not saying that Challenger, like these lobbies are like god tier and like they're all fucking gods. Like there are inters here. Like people play bad. People tilt ping. All sorts of things. But like the majority of these pings, I would think is good. And again, it picks up another pink ward. If you don't remember, he did use one on bed buff earlier. And like the general thing, like I'm not looking at mechanics. I mean, obviously I'm interested to see. But I'm looking at the things like what separates this guy from the rest. Like what does this guy do differently than other people don't? And also I'm like interested to see 98 tech in action. So like again, I will be keeping a note on this guy, checking his games if he's playing any more ranked games where he goes 98 tech and he gets like a long game. Because I really want to see the damage it does. But for the most part, when I've been watching this guy, he usually just gets the Titanic and the game is over. I'm sure that might be the case there too. But again, I was just curious to see how he would play against this Nautilus. And if I was to pick a game again, I would be love to find something similar here again. Because you could see he didn't ward the bushes on Nautilus. He saved them for the jungle. Even though I did think he used it quite poorly. It's understandable because they might be getting dove by the javelin when they pushed on the turret like that. It's like the few things I've noted already, right? That's like the ward usage early game. Buying pink wards, being above average on CSing, roaming a bit. But I think that has something to do with just how much they're roaming too. But like he's still managing to pick up CS. His runes, obviously, how they're performing. And as we can see, like even now to this point here, 40 minutes into the game, cut down has done quite a lot. Like 400 damage, I would consider that a decent amount at this point. Overgrowth doesn't really come online until you proc the additional proc, and that is when he's absorbed 120 monsters or minions. And you can see right now it's 112. But then when he gets 8 more, you're gonna see the spike from like 40 to or like 50 to probably about above 100 at least. And again, like Titanic HP scaling has been nerfed, so I don't think it's that necessary. But I don't think it's bad. Just I think that if I was to do this build, I would maybe go domination. Unless I feel like I get some excessive value from Resolve Tree. And I don't know how I feel about that right now. I'd have to test it more, play it more, see how I feel about the damage. With and without. But I definitely do think like sudden impact could be a nice thing to have here. As you can see, he's gaining like 10 armor and 100 HP. And a ruby crystal gives 150 and it gives 400 gold. Then you have 10 armor, which is like, so he's getting about like 800 gold worth stats, right? I like 1k if you count that Mara as well, I guess. And like another negative thing with him not having that many games and not getting to see like the Titanic in effect is that I don't really get to see him build the rest of his items too. But I do think one of the things he does go is like Mortal Reminder, like the LDR version of like healing reduction, which I think is really good to get, especially now with the buffs. I think it's viable. Black Cleaver is less viable now because they've nerfed it. Terminus seems tempting, but I think the value you get from the LDR or like Last Whisper component is like so much greater. Even though Terminus seems fun, I think it's a bit lackluster. Because to get all the effect, I think you would have to go like Terminus and Grinso. Also doesn't agree with the summoner, so you could have flashed the ghost there. But I think the fact that he realized he was so low, he's not going to be able to attend the next team fight anyway, so then saving his Flash of Ghost is probably better. Even though if he did live, maybe he would be able to have some form of impact. But then again, he did blow ult, so I feel like he did come in anyway, because like if he comes back now, he's not gonna be like, he wouldn't be fully capable of like ulting and shit, right? Or like doing something crazy in the fight. Since our recalling here is extremely troll, they should have just rushed the dragon now. I'm not sure why they would do that. Maybe they want to force another team fight. But I just don't see why they would want to do that when they're just looking to scale it anyway. And they might lose the next one. But it seems like they're giving it, so it's fine. But I still do think that that wasn't the best option for them. And you see at TF pings Twitch ulti. Again, something really important to do if you're wanting to win. Like, people might not ask for it, but if you tell them that it's down, it's gonna help them. So like if you see like Cassie ulti used, Rakan ult, like just pinging it, like Jarvan ult pinging that. That combo's lethal though. You know, at this point here, I'm almost curious how they lose the game. Because if I was in this situation now, I would feel it's like winnable. I don't see any problem here. You have Cassandra, Rakan, like you have a very well-rounded comp. You're ahead on objectives. Twitch has a spike. No armor really on anyone other than Nautilus. Like even this fight here, which I thought looked really bad, is working out. Trading 2 for 3. Potentially a forfeit now. But I do think like the late game is where a lot of the things matter, like how they play. They have obviously Rakan here. I say obviously a lot, don't I? Catch myself. Obviously. It's like wanting to fight or like feeling the need, like ability of like picking people off is understandable since they have Rakan. But the point that I'm making is like if you look at someone like Rat when he plays in Challenger and solo queue, like he will play a lot for the spikes. Like he will just ignore things and just ping his items and just farm it and then play when he's strong. And something I kind of want to say that I'm getting vibes from this game here is that he's kind of just like fighting. Even though maybe he shouldn't be. Because he's not that strong with Blade Hurricane. It's more like a support artillery kind of guy. He's not going to like be able to like one-shot pick anyone off like instantly here. And even though I did compliment his CS, we can see that he's been falling a bit behind there too. It's like maybe he's just feeling tilted this game. I don't know. But I feel like he's been at the right places at the right times. Like he did go back to Dragon, but then since I recalled. So it's not like he doesn't have his head in the game. How much gold does he have? What did he buy? I actually think a red Poya would be good. I genuinely think just whipping out red Poya for this fight would be a play. Oh, that's bad. But still, they're getting demolished. Like, what happens this game? Rakan. Like, I don't think Twitch should be left by himself. But if that's an intentional choice by him, or if he's just getting abandoned, it's a question. So I'll pay attention to that now. And one person that should definitely be with Twitch, or that he should be tried to beat by, is Rakan. Losing the dragon, he has kind of XD as well. Like, what are they doing right now? Do they want a siege? Okay, they want to take red. No, they don't. I mean, they have Baron still. Rumble's dead, so a big part of their like engaged combo's gone. Because they are looking to do like Jarvan ultimate into Rumble ulti on Twitch as an example. And then he just left to burn. Because like he's buying Titanic. It's like, what is this Rico bow for actually even? It just feels like it's a waste of gold. Unless his next component after that becomes something like Terminus. I don't know. If I was to look at this game here and you ask me like who's gonna win, I would definitely say that Blue side is gonna win. That's the only thing I can't. I'm finding it hard to look at other things because like it's the only thing I'm curious about here now. I mean, they seem very like disorganized there, but who's at fault? I'm not sure. It's hard to tell without actually like seeing the game if anyone's tilted or flaming. Like, Huawei is doing well. Twitch is in the game. It's got its 3 items now with the Titanic. Like, it seems like he picks random fights. Like, the top lane thing was fine. They didn't lose anything. Rumble died. So even though I feel like it wasn't good, it wasn't bad either. Now he's going to push mid. But he's by himself. Like, look at this. And then, what happens if TF ults him now? Okay, wait. I actually want to see this fight in... Also, it seems like the Titanic is just generally, like, lower. Okay, nice W usage at least. I mean, the damage didn't seem that big deal. Like, this is just a throw again. He's going Terminus. They don't have that much healing. But they do have some. Alright, let's pay attention here now. Rakan is sitting in the front. Her way and Twitch in the back. That is fine. Okay. Then Dragon spawns. I don't know. They should have instantly rotated the dragon here. I think Jarvan's gonna... No. Is anyone dead on the blue side? No. Why is no one picking dragon? Like, I understand this. Like, you want to have constant pressure or something, but like... The fact that no one suggests... Try again. Just extremely disorganized. I don't know though. I would like to see another game in terms of damage, but like early game, I think it's interesting how he plays. This game here definitely did feel like he was a bit tilted though. Yeah. Interesting nonetheless. He bought some pinks. I think that's interesting to take note of, like how he uses them. I mean, he used them in the fight earlier to like kill the Java. Not using wards in the early bushes against Nautilus, I think, can be bad. But if you can play around it like accordingly, it's probably okay. Rome's not 10 team fights. I don't feel like I played that much of spikes this game. I'm sure we'll find one where it's like a lot more organized in that sense. The build, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll have to watch more to get convinced, but right now I'm on the fence. But yeah, that's it for now. Hope you guys continue to have a good morning, night, show and fit shit like that, and hope you enjoy it. Sorry for the Ian once again. And take care. Peace.